What's up, YouTube? My name's Zane. Today I'm bringing you a diamond ranked Thunder Dragon deck profile and a replay afterwards that we hit diamond with last night on stream. We're playing a pure version, which is different than the Chaos Space version that we were playing in the past. And the only reason I like this build a lot is because of this card right here, Dimension Shifter. If you guys aren't familiar with this card, it says if you have no cards in your graveyard, you can send it from your hand to the graveyard until the end of the next turn. Any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So it's like a 2-turn Macrocosmos hand trap. And what that does against decks like Tri Brigade or Drytron, but like it completely ends their turn. Like Drytron can't play, Tri Brigade can't play, and a lot of other combo decks also can't play. Even like Eldritch and stuff struggle to deal with this card. But it doesn't hurt us too bad. The only thing it does do is it prevents us from having protection for Colossus or Titan if we summon it in the graveyard, but which doesn't matter most of the time. But it also like kind of makes our plays a little better sometimes, because like, for example, if you have Batteryman Solar with Dimension Shifter, you can, instead of sending to the graveyard, it just instantly gets banished. So you can go like Shifter and then normal summon Solar, and be able to banish a Roar, and that'll trigger Roar's effect instead of having to have another card to combo with it. Then you can summon the Dark from the deck, summon a token, and then extend from there. But as far as the deck goes, our main goal with this deck is to set up Colossus with defense, or Unicarrier Colossus. And sometimes you can extend even further into like Unicarrier Colossus Titan, or like a Baroness. There's a lot of different routes you can go with the deck, but as far as hand traps, we're running the 3 Maxi, the 2 Ash Blossom, and the 3 Dimension Shifter, and the 1 Nibiru. So those are our hand traps. And then as for going second cards, we also play the 1 Thunder Kaiju, because you can search it off the fusions, and that comes up a decent amount of the time. It's pretty good overall. And then we're playing also the 1 Feather Duster and the 1 Lightning Storm, as far as going second cards go. For these are just to deal with Eldritch. There's a surprising amount of Eldritch in Platinum, like trying to get through Platinum. But we want to have enough going second cards to where if we do lose the coin flip, we have a chance. And if you open Maxi or Dimension Shifter against Drytron or Tri Brigade, for example, and they don't have Called by the Grave, or like an Ash Blossom to stop the Maxi, if they don't have an out to those cards, like they pretty much have to end their turn, and then you get to establish a Colossus on your turn, and that locks those decks out once you establish your Colossus usually. So that's the game plan with the deck. But as far as the whole deck profile, we play the 1 Dragon Buster. That's for the Unicarrier, equipped to Colossus lock, where they can't add cards from their main deck to their hand with Colossus effect, and then they can't summon from the extra deck with the Dragon Buster when it's equipped to the Colossus. We play 3 Matrix. The reason why there's 3 and not 2 in this version is because it's kind of a consistency card in this one. Since we're not playing all the Chaos Space package and stuff, we have to play more ways to get started. And Matrix is an in-hand Thunder effect, or it's just a Thunder monster on the field that replaces itself. So it's a solid card overall to play 3 in this version. We played the 3 Maxi, like I said, the 2 Ash Blossom. We cut this because we're playing the Dimension Shifter, and I had to cut some going second cards to fit this in, so that's why we cut 1 Ash Blossom. Play the 1 Solar because you can search it with the Thunder Dragon Fusion, same reason as the Kaiju, but this card's a good starter in combination with Shifter or Dragonhawk, and sometimes in combination with the Insta Fusion or Ready Fusion. It also can combo out from there. We play 3 Aloof Lupine. This is the best normal summon in the deck. It works with any Thunder monster, anything that's a Thunder monster in your hand. You just banish it and then banish a Roar, summon a Dark, make Unicarrier, Dark, search Hawk, summon back the Dark, and then make Colossus, and then Unicarrier equip. So this and any Thunder monster is Unicarrier Colossus. So you always want to see this in your opening hand. We also play the 3 Thunder Dragons, 3 Dragon Darks. These are mandatory in pure Thunder Dragon decks. 1 Dragonhawk and 2 Roar, obviously, because they're limited to 1 and limited to semi-limited to 2. Then the 3 Shifter. This card's a god card. If you have this in your opening hand and they don't have an out to it, most decks just auto lose to this card. The only decks that can really play through this are like a Thunder Dragon mirror match, or like some trap decks can kind of play through it. And then like Emancipator can do some, but they can't use like their block dragon and stuff in the graveyard, and they can't summon Gigantes, so like it hinders them a lot too. But Emancipator can still put up a couple negates through this, but this card's insane overall. Then the one Duo to be able to search off the fusion. Duo's a little bit weaker, and same with the Chaos stuff. It's a little weaker in this version because of Dimension Shifter banishing all of your cards, but it's still good to have the one to be able to search with the fusion. Then the one Thunder Kaiju, like I said, to search for the fusion, and one Nibiru to be able to draw into with Max C. If your opponent combos off, and tries to go for the Max C challenge, you have a chance to draw into the Nibiru. We play one Feather Duster and one Lightning Storm. Like I was saying, there was a ton of Eldritch. Initially we didn't have this in the deck, but trying to climb to Diamond, you have to go through so many Eldritch decks. So it's good to have these as just like blowouts, and also Lightning Storm can be good against combo decks as well. And like against like Tri-Brigade or something, Feather Duster's decent because you can hit like their set imperms and force the Revolt, so their Omen can't banish your cards. So these aren't bad overall. They're only bad against like Drytron, for example. They don't really do much against that, or sometimes Emancipator. But anything else they're pretty good against. We play the one Gold Sark. This is just one of the best starters in the deck. Banish Roar, Summon Dark, or Banish Dark, Search Hawk. It does anything you want. We play the one Insta Fusion and two Ready Fusion to be able to summon. We have 3 targets in the extra deck. We have Theseus, Kaminari Attack, and I'm not sure what's his name. I just call it the Peacock. Alvian, the Essence of Vanity. This is a level 2 tuner. This is a level 5 tuner, and then this is a Thunder Monster. So I'll go into those in a second. I'll explain why we play all 3 of those targets. But then I play the 3 Allure Darkness. This is either the best card or the worst card in the deck. If you are able to banish a Roar or a Dark off of it, it's nuts. It's a +1. It's Pot of Greed, essentially. But it also has another use. You can banish the Dead Shifter in your hand, like if you draw multiples, because you have to have no cards in your graveyard to activate it, so you can only activate it on your first turn usually. So it helps you get those Dead Shifters out of your hand, but there's a lot of ways to get them out of your hand. You can either banish them off the Allure, or just discard them off a Nightmare, stuff like that. So they're not completely useless when you draw them. They have value in that sense. We play the 2 Fusion. I like to play 2 in the pure version because if one of them gets stopped, you have the second one to be able to search out of the deck. You can grab it back with Roar. There's a way to infinitely loop your fusions with Roar, like banish the fusion, add Roar to your hand, and then discard Roar, add the fusion back, and then fusion, put back the Roar, and it's like infinite Titans and fusions. So that's why I play 2. The one Lightning Storm, like I said, the 2 Ready Fusions to go along with the Instant Fusion, and then we play 1 Call by the Grave. This is like debatable. This could be a 3rd Ash Blossom, or you could cut like the Lightning Storm for another Call by the Grave. The only reason why I don't like this card as much, like it's insane going first. Obviously, stop Max C, stop Ash Blossom, and set it as a really good defensive card against most combo decks. But going second, it's not as great into most of the boards that the combo decks are putting up. So like, for example, like if Drytron puts up their board of full of negates with the Herald of Perfection, Call by the Grave does nothing for you in that sense. And then if you're playing against Emancipator and they put up their board of negates, Call by the Grave doesn't do a ton there either. It doesn't help you break the board at all. So because there's so many of those decks going around, like Drytron and Eldritch are the 2 most popular, and this card's a god card against Eldritch, but it sucks against Drytron when you're going second. And I'd rather have more hand traps to be able to win going second against Drytron, like the Kaiju or the Nibiru or the Dimension Shifter, stuff like that's so good. Maxi Ash is so good against Drytron, and so that's why we're playing the 1. It's just hard in a best of 1 to build your deck to be able to beat everything, but I feel like I still want to include this card because it is a really good card, but going second against the combo decks, it's not so great. So that's why we're only playing 1, but you can definitely cut like the Lightning Storm or the Feather Duster for the second one if you want to. But for the extra deck, we play the level 2 tuner, the level 5 tuner, and the Thunder Monster for Instant Fusion and Ready Fusion. Basically what that does is if you draw Ready Fusion or Instant Fusion, you can synchro with a Dragon Dark or a Thunder Dragon to make Baron by summoning the Theseus. Also, you can summon a Thunder monster and be able to banish the Thunder and a Thunder monster from your hand. So like say you draw Ready Fusion plus Dark or Ready Fusion plus Dragon Roar, you can summon the Kaminari attack, banish the Kaminari attack, banish the Dark or the Roar, be able to summon the Titan and trigger the Dark or the Roar's effect. So it helps with the consistency of the deck a lot, because it gets those Thunder Dragons that otherwise wouldn't really be doing much in your hand able to be triggered. That's why I play the Kaminari attack. It's probably the one you go into the most. And then we also play the level 2 tuner. It doesn't come up a ton, but in this deck you have the space, the extra deck space, because we're not playing all the Chaos Dragons and stuff like we were in the last deck profile. You don't have to play like the Striker Dragon. We don't have to play like the Appaloosa and stuff like that. So we have space to play this. And what this does, this level 2 tuner, you can synchro with the level 2 tuner in either Dragon Roar or Dragonhawk and be able to go into Chaos Ruler, which Chaos Ruler is an insane card. If you guys don't know what it does, if it's synchro summoned, you can excavate the top 5 cards of your deck and then add a excavated light or dark monster to your hand, and the rest go to the graveyard. So like, say you excavate 5 cards and you add back a whatever light monster you hit, like any of the Thunder Dragons, light or dark monsters, any of the Thunder Dragons, like a Kaiju, Nibiru, like there's a lot of cards you can add back, but it also fuels your graveyard, which is relevant for like, you can send a fusion to the grave, use it next turn, like get fuel for the duo, the hawk, fuel for your hawk. Like there's a lot of reasons filling up your graveyard is good in this deck. But it also summons itself back from the graveyard by banishing a light in the dark. So you can summon this and then link off with it, and then be able to summon it back from the graveyard by banishing like a roar or a dark from your grave. So it triggers those effects as well. So this card is just really insane in this deck. But you can make it with this, with any of the level 6 Thunder Dragons. But there's also another way you can make it. If you go into Cross Sheep and you summon a fusion underneath Cross Sheep and you have an Ash Blossom in your graveyard, you can summon back the Ash Blossom from your graveyard with Cross Sheep and be able to synchro with Ash Blossom and either Dragon Dark or Thunder Dragon to make it as well. So there's two pretty like niche scenarios where you can summon this, but it's worth the extra deck slots, I feel like, because the extra deck is not very tight in this deck. We play the Baron. Baron's insane. Pretty much anytime you draw Ready Fusion or Instant Fusion on your turn 1, you're probably going to be going into Baron. It puts up a negate before you can get Nibiru, which is huge for this deck because this deck's otherwise pretty weak to Nibiru. And it's just obviously an Omni negate and pop 1 card and a 3000 attack. It's just a great card overall. We play the 1 Link Karibo. That's to be able to put the Matrix into the graveyard, which comes up a decent amount of the time. Whenever you have like a Hawk or something and you want to put Matrix in the graveyard, or it comes up when you want to make when you make a token with a solar, and say you want to make Anaconda with the token. Anaconda requires 2 effect monsters, so you can turn the solar token into a Link Karibo and be able to make Anaconda that way. So Link Karibo comes up a decent amount in this deck. We play the Nightmare Phoenix. It's just a generic Link 2, be able to pop a back row. It comes up a decent amount. Cross Sheep. This card's insane for Link climbing because you summon a fusion underneath it, summon a guy back from the grave, then you can make Nightmare Unicorn or Cross Sheep and whenever you summon it back, and then climb into Access Code. And that's a lot of times that's how we'll game people with this deck. We play the Union Carrier. That's for the Buster Lock turn 1, which is like pretty much an auto win if they don't have a Kaiju or like Lava Golem or something. You just equip the Destruction Sword to your Colossus. We play the Anaconda. We make this a lot in this version, just to be able to send the fusion from your deck to your graveyard, and be able to summon Titan, and sometimes even summon Colossus with the fusion. And then we also play Nightmare Unicorn, like I said, to climb into this and then climb into Access Code. To be able to game people or just or out their boards, So yeah, that's the deck profile. There's a few things you could change potentially, but this is what we hit Diamond with. This is what we ended up on. I'm a big fan of the deck. I think with Shifter, it gives the deck a lot higher win percentage going second that it really needed, because it's hard, as you guys probably know, it's really hard to beat Drytron or Tri Brigade and stuff going second if you don't draw a ton of hand traps. But this makes it where you can just draw 1 hand trap and it basically ends their turn. So I'm a big fan of this card. Most decks can't play this card, but Thunder Dragon definitely could take advantage of it. So yeah, big fan of that. But I'm gonna go ahead and show a replay of we played against Eldritch one match, and it was a really good match. It was a lot back and forth, and we completely outplayed them. And I really like this replay. So make sure to watch that. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I'll be live around 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. I stream 4 to 5 days a week. The new update's coming out tomorrow, which is really exciting. We're going to be doing a lot with that. That changes Thunder Dragon a lot. We can play like DP and stuff in it. Maybe even the Scythe Lock. I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But it should be a lot of fun. Make sure to tune into the stream. We'll be playing a lot of different decks when the new cards come out. But yeah, I appreciate everybody watching. The stream's been growing like crazy. Channel's been growing like crazy. I stream here on YouTube, by the way, for anybody that's new. But yeah, check out the replay, and hope you guys have a good day, good night, depending on where you're at, and I'll see you guys later. 3 more. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. This is a good going second hand. Very good going second hand. Just so this doesn't go to grave. Oh, we're about to smoke this guy now that I think about it. Should we activate this too? Yeah. We're about to smoke this guy. If he doesn't have Golden Land forever, he loses. Okay. I guess maybe we shouldn't have done that because of that. So we're not going to completely smoke him. Time to shine. So now we have to draw into like an engine piece, but he's playing Eldritch, and we're about to duster his 2 sets, and they'll get banished. So hopefully these are 2 sets. Surely it is. Only 1 set? Wow. Fusion. Can we do anything with fusion? Yeah, maybe that is the play then. Yeah, that is the play. I forgot we're under, yeah, you're right. You guys are right. And then we just make Link Rebo, I think. So we could Duster banish this, but I think I'd rather hold it for next turn when we have an actual play. Because next turn we'll be able to fusion and summon Titan, because we'll have 3 engrave. So I think it's just worth it. We'll just make a Link Rebo. Shifter's 2 turns? Yeah, it's until the end of the next turn. There's another Ash. That actually sucks for us. Because now we don't have an access to a 3rd Thunder Dragon card for our fusion next turn. So we have to just like pray. I could set fusion. I'm gonna set fusion. Yeah. Maybe he'll pop it. If he pops it, we're in a good spot. All right, what you got, Duelist? Yeah, he doesn't have much either. We're in a really simplified game state here. He had a response window. Oh, there's the love bots. The love bots are here. All right, Heart of the Cards. That's good. That's really good for us, actually. That's actually one of the best draws we could have. Put them on 0 cards. Let's hope these aren't Eldritch cards. Nice ban list, Konami. What is that card? Negate 1/3 of Yu-Gi-Oh! pay 700 life points each standby phase. Oh, man. Appreciate the sub, Donovan. Thank you. Eldritch players are so good. So now we can't even fusion. We could activate fusion to get it engrave. Like we could Thunder Dragon. I think that's the play. Just to have it engraved for next turn. Oh, and he's got an Eldritch Engine too. God, dude, this guy is insane. It's so fair. It's such a fair card. Come on, man. Take this backpack. Nice. It kind of looks like a backpack. It's supposed to be a beanie. But I can see that. I can see it look like a backpack. Fair and balanced. Very fair and balanced. I'm sure this is skill drain, you know. Way off. I could rock with a beanie too. I just know it's skill drain. Oh, he drew Solemn. This guy's a god. Like, actually a god. Oh, he's so good. So good at Yu-Gi-Oh! So good at Yu-Gi-Oh! Old man ruining the younger generation's fun. I don't like the animation for Solemn, yeah. It's kind of weird. We can attack, add Battery Man Solar, normal summon, Link 2 for Anaconda. Anaconda, pay 2k. We actually haven't lost yet completely. Actually not in a terrible spot here. All of a sudden. Or do we get egg? Egg's better. Egg is better. Yeah, we grab the egg and then we make Anaconda, make Titan, then we can pop 2 with Thunder Dragon. We have Ash for the Sanguine, because we know this is Sanguine, right? That is what he said, right? Yeah, so we know that's Sanguine. Yeah, so we add the egg. We do have another Titan in the extra deck, right? Yeah, we're good. This is a way to fusion summon under IO. Yeah, but he has no Golden Lord. We have Ash for the Sanguine. We can actually pop our Anaconda with Titan and leave him with the IO. So he could chain Sanguine to make Titan mistiming, but of course he doesn't know how to do that because he's an Eldritch player. Yes, we Ash this. I'm gonna leave the IO, so he can't rip Pot of Extravagance off the top. So that'll leave him with, he'll be drawing one card. He'll have Sanguine to set and I'm gonna pop our Anaconda. Not a bad position we're in at all, actually. And we have a Titan pop on his turn. All right, let's go. Let's get it. Pay 7. We have Fusion Engrave for next turn to be able to add Roar, which Roar can grab back anything. All right, Sanguine set. We end phase pop this, we win the game. It has to be Waking the Dragon. No card except for Waking the Dragon beats us here. Oh, it's Conquistador. Okay. That's actually pretty good. That's really good. He gets Sanguine now. We haven't, okay, so now we haven't completely won if he plays it correctly. Okay, we drew Matrix. That's actually insane. He's at 100 life points. Okay, so what he should have done is Sanguine in the standby phase and Haquero banished our fusion from the grave, but he's an Eldritch player, so we can't expect him to think. So we win the game now. Making beanie merch to get famous? Yeah, absolutely. Some Zane beanies. Can he kill himself? No, Io dies. It's hilarious how this guy doesn't know he can make Titan mistiming. If you end your turn, you win. No, Io will die because it says You must pay 700 life points or this card is destroyed. If he has exactly 700, he can kill himself. That's what happened in the YouTube short I uploaded today. You get a free one? Yes. Yes. We won the unwinnable. Let's go, man. Let's go. That's huge. That one was satisfying, I'm gonna be honest. We won purely because we were better than our opponent. That was the only reason we won. Our opponent could have won like 8 different ways.